it's me. Listen, I'm sorry for the things I said earlier on. It's just... God, I really don't think you should go to that place. I don't think they care. Not like they should. And before you think it, I know how it feels to want to feel safe, to want more. You know I do it, but Jesus, do you know how they view you? Just another patient to squeeze money out of. Please, don't go tonight. I'm freaking scared. For you and for me.
Ether 1 is a first-person point-and-click style adventure game. It's really lovely. I only played it a few days ago myself, and I decided I really wanted to show it to people. Maybe they would like it too.
In the mid-19th century, advances in genetic and psychological sciences led to a series of astounding breakthroughs regarding the human genome. At the forefront of these experiments, the Ishin Initiative discovered and developed new ways of mapping the human mind, expanding the knowledge of our species. 1942. Whilst the world was at odds with itself, the Ishin Initiative discovered Patient Zero.
I've administered the first injection. And now, this might cause some slight discomfort.
And shortly after, the Ether Institute was born. With it, a completely new way to navigate the human brain: projection, allowing scientists to access areas of the conscious mind previously undiscovered by medicine, placing our scientific studies at the apex of modern technology.
When I say lovely, I don't mean its graphics, although the settings can be picturesque. This one is all about its story, which is beautiful and complex and happy and sad. Hopefully you'll do a bit of thinking, both on the themes which are involved and on the story. A couple of things are given to you, but most you have to piece together and infer.
Is that? It is. Oh, this is excellent. We're so glad to have you back. My name is Dr. Edmonds, but you can call me Phyllis if you like. Right. There should be a register on the reception desk. So once you've signed in, grab the key card from the top drawer and head on down. You will need it to gain access to the lower floors.
Here we're prompted to enter something into this space. Our name isn't really important, it's just introducing you to a mechanic you'll use later. And because I'm playing this with a controller, I need to enter the letters and numbers in a fairly annoying way. I do intend to get all the collectibles. Although they're optional, they do enrich the story. And as I said, I'm probably not a complete expert on this game, but I think by being fairly complete, you'll see all there is to see, and hopefully experience the story like I did. Ether 1 is slow-paced and quiet, so I don't plan to talk too much in these episodes, aside from explaining puzzle solutions. Also, like this video, I may have some things to say at the start or the end.
Restoration procedure for patient
JN2057
will commence shortly. Staff are advised to prepare chambers for initial projection.
Well, it seems we best get a move on. There's plenty to do, and for you, plenty to see and discover. I'm going to be guiding you through the process of restoration this evening, and hopefully ensuring that nothing terrible happens to you or our client. I'm in Restoration Chamber number 3. Now, if you don't mind, would you be a dear and head on
The
down?
Restorer. The next step in human evolution, an asset to society and a wonder of the natural world. Their purpose? To restructure memories within the maze of the human mind, restoring peace and harmony to our clients, projecting our ethos through their actions. What the mind thinks, the heart transmits.
There's a lot to look at and read in this game, so I'll try to leave them up for an okay amount of time. The main interaction in this game is all managed by 1 or 2 buttons. You can only carry one item at a time, but you can pick things up, rotate them, take a look. Since I no longer have the key card because I picked up the tweezers, I couldn't open the door. So for now we need to hang on to our key card.
Sometimes these procedures don't, how should I put it, go to plan. But really, there's nothing to see here anyway. Shouldn't you be heading to Restoration Chamber number 3 to meet me?
We can't pick up this projector reel because we have something in our hand, but anytime we see one of those black areas, we can put items down on it to free our hands up.
I'm incredibly excited to get started with my new patient. A real chance to explore more and prove that they're in fact valuable.
So we've gotten a bit of a peek at the Aether Institute. There's maybe more going on here than we know. There's one or two things in this video that have some meaning, although we won't know which, or how much, until later in the story. I personally feel like this game's story is best experienced as the developers intended, so you should probably avoid any related googling, or you might get spoiled on key information. A safe one to look up is the Aether Institute's motto, which is also this episode's title: "What the mind thinks, the heart transmits." There's a pretty straightforward Wikipedia article on it, and it ties together a few other things that we've seen in the Institute.
minds of others and a tool to cure disease and illness. But it would be nothing without the likes of you. Right. Would you be a dear and help me with the setup? I need the electrical input for the Rembrandt installation rerouting. You can access it from that terminal over there.
So this may actually remind you of a note we found earlier in the level. We probably could solve this right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do as intended. But it's a good lesson that things that are in notes and essentially written down may be worth remembering later.
Oh, for God's sake. Why can't anything work around here? Okay, we need to replace the fuse. You'll need to take the blown one out and replace it with the correct fuse. By the computers over there.
This is, of course, our first real puzzle. It's pretty tame as far as the puzzles in this go. They don't get crazy, but they do get a little more complicated and rely more on your growing knowledge of the game and its events.
That should do it. Right. Thank you for that. Always nice to get some help around here. Now, if you don't mind, I think it's time to take a seat.
Right. A few things before we project. Our client, Jean, is currently in a very delicate state. Our primary focus is to ensure that we clear this area of her mind from the plaque buildup that is causing the disease. In order to do that from within, we're going to need to use her own memories to reinforce the medical treatment she's receiving. Are you ready? Now, I know this may feel a little strange, being new technology, but please don't worry about it. We all get used to change eventually, don't we?
You are in your case. You're probably going to come back here a lot, so please take some time to get acquainted with your surroundings. It keeps most restorers' sanity intact. For a short while, anyway.
I couldn't get rid of this one tutorial message, so it'll spit it back at me a few times until I finally do what it's asking.
Our sole purpose this evening is to track the memory and pinpoint its location so we can cleanse it of any disease present. Everything you're seeing in front of you is a visual environment pieced together from our client's subconscious mind. Barren wastelands or an abstract painting reimagined. It's all completely tangible. All I can see are brain scans of tissue degradation confirming my previous diagnosis of dementia. Both are incredibly important if we are to succeed and understand our client's needs. Now, if you just give me a second, I'll have some more details for you. Feel free to explore in the meantime.
As you can see, the case has many shelves for us to put items onto. I'm going to take the opportunity and put items on them.
It's worth noting that if you feel an item might be useful later on in your journey, and you have no use for it now, you can always store it in the case and collect it at any time. Should you want to.
It's not fancy, but the case has pretty much everything that we would need. We'll be spending a lot of time here, as Phyllis said, but it's safe to assume that most of what we do will be in the projections from Jean's mind, which is good because it's much lovelier there.